difference. As the instructions say, fill reservoir, discard the first 2 reservoirs. That's number 1. And there's 2. You gotta love the fact that they don't give you any more than this much to fill up all of this. They really expect you to stand here for half an hour to fill this thing up. Zero, if you're watching this. Give me an attachment about this high to stick on top of it so I can dump all my water in and leave. Don't make me stand here and just fill, 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 fill. Oh, okay, now it's full. Come on, man. How much more does it cost you? 10 cents in manufacturing to make this 3 times as high? I mean, you guys can see how slowly it creeps. Let's watch. Watch the bubble over here. It's literally like watching paint dry. It's great. Good waste of my time. Thanks, Zero. Because it's not like you can just fill this up, go to work. No, it's literally like maybe one of these. Let's find out, actually. So, let's say, for instance, I drank all my water the night before, right? You would say that's about a normal serving size, right? Give yourself enough space for a little bit of ice. So, yeah. One of these equals one of these, and one of these equals about 3 or 4 of those. So, I mean, if you want just one, I guess it's fine to dump in and walk away, but I mean, you're buying a whole pitcher. If you want just one, buy that. Anyway, enough screwing around while that drains. Fill this up. It's on cold, just like the instructions say. So we're gonna test it. Tap water from a well versus Fiji versus Zero. This is the included tester that they gave me. can see it's zeroed out. And if we look at the instructions, so this is where my level would fall. So this reminder is tap water from a well on the property. $120 on the cold, about 140 on the hot. Some of that can be attributed to copper piping. Okay, so we got 120, and you can see zeroed out. Dump this. Take our Fiji. Make sure we don't get any contaminants. I'm going to dump that. And fill her up with fluid. Now we dip this. You can see 150. No tricks, no nonsense. Straight from the bottle to the tester. Zero it out. Never wanted to waste good water. Let's see how the zero does. Alright. Now that's all done. We'll take that out. Straight from the container. Grab my tester. Right. And you can see 0, 0, 0. Zero water indeed. 0, 0, 0. Even if you move it around a bit. Different spots. 0, 0, 0. And for you skeptics that want to say, oh, it's the container, you were using a different container the whole time. Okay. I'll put your claim to the test. Zero, zero, zero. So hey, that works for me, man. 0, 0, 0, 150, 120 from the tap. I mean, the results speak for themselves. You saw it, the same that I did. This, just as contaminated as this. This filters all of it. So why do I need to buy this? I don't. You just really got to work on your seals, because when I put water in here, and it's half down, and I put this lid on, you can see everything's in line. I put this lid on and I snap it down, just as I'm supposed to. There's no movement, like I'm even lifting the container, trying to get it off. I put that back on, and I go to pour, and it starts leaking at the top. From in here, not down here. That's a big problem. major design flaw, buddy. Needs to come down here, not up here. This coming into here and then into my drink, that's a big no-no. So, little tweaks, good product overall. Thank you, Zero, for making a good product. Just a little bit of tweaks. Make this higher. Work on the seals. And work on the seals. Because this nonsense isn't gonna fly.
Okay, so I'm testing my purified water that I typically buy. I got this new ZeroWater 5-stage filtration system, and it came with this cool TDS tester. TDS stands for total dissolved solids, so it tests for organic and both inorganic minerals, trace minerals, metals, zinc, lead, copper, those kind of things, okay? A simple on-off feature, and it'll just tell you the particles of metal that are in the water, okay? So I also have this water drop indoor refrigerator replacement filter for my refrigerator. So I'm gonna test to see how well my refrigerator water purifies, okay? And my filter logic is under the sink. Water filtration system works on the cold setting. And so I'd like to see how this does in comparison. So under the sink, refrigerator, and pitcher water. Let's see what this meter tells me, as well as your typical bottled water, okay? So the first thing I want to do is just test the tap water as more of a baseline, okay? So let me go get the tap water setting, which is layer. Put some water in the measuring cup, turn this on, and it's telling me, whoa, there's 220 particles, you know, of the heavy metals or whatever that's in the water, in tap water, which is still considered safe as typical range for waters in the US, from what I've read. So let me take this out. Went back to zero, turn that off, and let me dump out the tap water. Then now, let me test the under the sink water. Remember, this is from Filter Logic, which had, I think, a 4.5 star rating out of, I don't know, thousands and thousands of reviews. So let me test this. Turn my TDS meter on, zero, and not much difference. Okay, so this to me is crap. It didn't do much to, you know, filter out from regular tap water, right? What is only like what, between 20 to 40 difference in, you know, particles of metal that's in my water. Okay, so zero, turn that back off. Okay, so what's next? Let's take a look at some bottled water. So, all right, bottled water. Turn this on. Wow, you can see the big difference. Bottled water works. I'm down to only 22 particles of metal, whatever that is, in this beaker of water. Okay, so turn it off. Let's dump this out. Okay, and now I'm going to the ZeroWater. The filter's already in there. You put in your tap water. It filters it and it comes out through the pitcher. So let's do this. turn on my TDS meter. Wow. AAA plus, 5 stars. ZeroWater 5-stage filter. It took out, I mean, everything. One last filter to test. That's my indoor water purification for the refrigerator by Water Drop. This also had over a 4-star rating with thousands of reviews. Okay, so let's test that. All right, and let's dump this out. Okay, so we're doing the water drop, and I'll show you that it's actually in my refrigerator. There you go. Installed this month, right? And this is, it comes out the door here. Let me see if I can do that. All right, getting pretty fancy here. Okay, so let's test it. The indoor dropped it considerably compared to the tap water. Obviously not as great as the bottled water and not as perfection as the ZeroWater. So that's it. What did the worst was filter logic under the sink filtration system, which actually had the greatest number of reviews, like 4.6 star reviews with 22,000 reviews, and that's actually the worst. So there you have it. Get the ZeroWater.
Okay, today we're doing a water test using the ZeroWater tester. In the first cup, this is from the faucet. That is reading 115. We'll go to the next cup. I'll tell you what they mean once we do all of them. The next cup, which is from the ZeroWater, is reading 33. It's a lot different than the 115 in the first cup right from the faucet. The next cup is pure water filter, and that is reading at, I think it says 95. And the last one is the Brita water filter, and that one is reading at 98. So the Brita and the pure water are pretty close. The best one would be the ZeroWater, and the ZeroWater was down to 37, and back to our regular tap water. And the tap water was well, it's not calculating right now, but the tap water was 100 and something. So let's look at our chart now. So if we look at our chart, and the chart says that all of those within the normal range, they could still contain lead, but the ZeroWater one was the best one out of all. And that's basically it. So ZeroWater filter is the way to go.
This is tap water just collected, and the TDS meter shows 245, and this is Brita filter water. So this also shows 245, and this is filtered from the ZeroWater and transferred to this glass jar. So this shows 16, and the water from this glass container is transferred to this clay pots, clay bottles. So this one shows 122, and this one shows 34. So yep, we are kind of totally lost. Which reading is correct? What filter is effective? What filter is not effective? We have zero clue.
Straight from the packaging. Still inside the plastic. There's a similar defect right there. Same as this. Defect. Defect.